United Nations Special Envoy for the Ocean, Peter Thomson, is maintaining momentum for action to conserve and sustainably use the ocean.
For somebody coming from Fiji, it's just wonderful to step off the plane and just feel like you've come home. Every plant is the same, the smells are the same, the temperature is the same, topography is the same. It's just wonderful. I have to say though, and this is not trying to be Mr. Nice Guy with you all, because I'm like a kind of plastic inspector as I go around the world. When I get off the plane and I drive into town, my eyes are in the gutter and I'm looking for plastic signs. And when I get off and go to my hotel, the first thing I do is go to the waterfront and have a look in the harbor, see what the plastic levels are like. I haven't seen a single piece of plastic litter since I've been in your country. The streets are so clean. You have a culture, whether you know it or not, which is amazing in terms of how you keep your environment clean as you live amongst it. So congratulations on that. You know, speaking as somebody from one of the SIDS, I repeat something which you all know, which is that we have a special responsibility in the world when it comes to ocean action, when it comes to climate change action. And that's because we're on the front line. You know, we see the effects of rising sea levels, we see the death of coral, we see our changing marine ecosystems, and we know that we have to do something about it. You're blessed here, you don't get hurricanes, but out in the Pacific, you know, the hurricanes are coming at much greater ferocity, more frequent, as a result of hotter oceans up in the equatorial areas. So we have a special role to play when it comes to the climate change conferences and the ocean conferences. And I'd also say that we have a responsibility when it comes to protecting the ocean. And here again, I don't want to be throwing out too many compliments, but we've always looked to Seychelles for leadership. When I say we, I mean the SIDS. Because you've been at the cutting edge for a long time. First to do blue bonds, first to do big marine protected areas out there in the ocean, first to do debt for nature swaps with the TNC, the list goes on. So again, congratulations for that leadership, and thank you for that leadership that has been provided. You've all heard my mantra, no healthy planet without a healthy ocean, and the ocean's health is measurably in decline. Something that I would emphasize in that mantra, though, is that it's not so much the ocean's health that we are trying to protect here. It's the health of our relationship with the ocean. The ocean will be there when Homo sapiens is long passed from this planet. It'll be perhaps a much more acidic ocean. It'll perhaps cover much more of the surface of the planet, but the ocean will be there. And its health is not really of concern to the ocean, I guess. It's still the great reservoir of H2O on the planet. But for us, we depend on what we define as a healthy ocean, which is an ocean that produces 50% of the oxygen on the planet, which produces food for billions of people, and through the sustainable blue economy offers us a future for our grandchildren in terms of medicines, in terms of renewable energy, etc. So it's really the healthiness of that relationship between us and the ocean, which is what this is all about. And that's about improving our behavior. Because whether we're talking climate change or biodiversity loss or the measurable decline of the ocean's health, it's all related to one thing, which is humanity's mistreatment of nature, particularly during the 20th and 21st centuries. Look, my message is not doom and gloom, and as a grandfather to 3 granddaughters, I have to think in a pragmatic, hopeful way in my daily work, and I do. I'm not a pessimist, and neither am I an optimist. But I am a pragmatist, and I do believe that in 2022, yes, this year, which we've now only got, 10 months left in, we can actually stop the decline in the ocean's health this year. It's an amazing thought. There are 6 meetings at which member states have to achieve consensus, grasp that nettle of consensus and do the right thing by the planet. Only 6 meetings. One of them's already been held in Nairobi, the UNEA, where we did the right thing and adopted the resolution which established the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee to introduce a binding international treaty to stop plastic pollution on this planet. So one's gone down already, great, we've got another 5 to go. Get those 5 done, and we will stop the decline. We won't fix the ocean. That's for our grandchildren to do because of the effects of climate change, effects of our greenhouse gas emissions. But we will stop the decline if we do the right thing in the remaining 5 meetings. And those remaining 5 meetings are the WTO ministerial meeting in Geneva in June, where we can stop $20 to $30 billion worth of public money is being spent on harmful fisheries subsidies every year. We can do that. It's very doable. We can finish the BBNJ treaty this year, which is a very important part of the jigsaw in terms of providing robust governance on the high seas. We can go to Kunming, and under the post-2020 biodiversity targets, we can introduce the target of 30 by 30. In other words, protecting 30% of the planet by 2030. And 84 countries have already lined up in support of that. We can go to Sharm el-Sheikh in November. And it's the moment to show me the money. And if the money is produced at the levels required, we can get the job done in terms of adaptation, in terms of getting the renewable energy done. So I'm leaving the best to last, of course, which is the UN Ocean Conference, 6th in Lisbon, in June, 27th June to the 1st of July. And there we will launch a fleet of science-based ocean solutions. And I say that with confidence because I can see them in construction now. I know it's going to be launched there. And I hope and know that many of you will be present to be in that great moment with us in Lisbon for the 2nd UN Ocean Conference. So look, I'd just like to conclude by saying that it's been great to work with the Danny Farr Foundation and the Ocean Race. They've been wonderful partners in what we're trying to do for SDG 14. And I know that cooperation can continue on into the future, and there'll be a ceremony after this for the Nature's Baton. It's all about connectivity. That's what the baton symbolizes. Everything is connected, especially in the way we treat nature. And it's there as a symbol to remember why we're doing all this, which is for sustainability on this planet, for our kind, and for intergenerational justice for those who come after us. Thank you very much.